Audi A3 2012 to 2017. Hello everyone! When welding the body of the important and stylish A3, strong and heavy-duty steels and alloys were widely used, and the front fenders and hood were completely made of aluminium. Therefore, the body turned out to be very rigid and indifferent to the effects of corrosion. Yes, and the paintwork for the metal is held quite firmly, although chips and scratches on the front of the body appear after 2 years of operation. By the way, there are a lot of broken cars on the market, which as a rule are carelessly restored for the sake of subsequent sale. Therefore, when buying a used A3, it is advisable to have the body checked by an tinsmith for possible damage. On the copy you like, it is also not superfluous to control the opening and closing of the doors. Many owners complain about the extremely unpleasant creak of door locks and limiters. True, the disease is treated easily and quickly, by applying a soaked lubricant to the working surfaces of these parts. By the way, among the owners of the A3, there are many who are not satisfied with the soundproofing of the wheel arches. However, there is a high probability that this operation will have already been done on the used rear rubbles that you like. As for the engines, they are all turbocharged and all run on gasoline with an octane rating of at least 19.5. Dealers even recommend filling in the 98s. The engines are modern and technically sophisticated. They are characterized by a rather high efficiency for gasoline engines, which is why they are rather reluctant to give off heat. In order for the interior to warm up to comfortable temperature faster, many owners install preheaters. The most massive unit is a 1.4-liter 4 with a capacity of 172 horsepower. And she was not at all without problems. With age, the engine wakes up and increased appetite for engine oil. But this is not so bad. Replacing both steam seals or piston rings usually solves the problem. The ambush is that after a run of 15 to 80,000 kilometers, the timing chain was stretched. Moreover, if it is not replaced in time, a costly engine breakdown can occur. The pistons will meet the walls with all the ensuing consequences. At the end of 2014, the Germans began to install a modernized engine of the same volume and 125 horsepower on the A3, and instead of a timing chain, it was equipped with a toothed belt. I must say that along with the loss of the belt in the gas distribution mechanism, the engine has lost most of its source. Today there are practically no problems with this motor. What cannot be said about its more powerful 140 horsepower version? On this 1.4-liter 4, after 60,000 kilometers, the timing chain is also extended. We are already familiar with the consequences of this: costly repairs or replacement of the blockhead. In addition, the fuel pump and injection nozzles are very sensitive to fuel quality. In addition, by 100,000 kilometers, the water pump usually begins to leak. But if the pump is definitely subject to replacement as it wears out, then the life of the injectors and the fuel pump can be extended by periodically using gasoline additives and injector cleaners recommended by dealers. However, since 2015, the Germans began to install a 150 horsepower turbo engine of the same volume on the Audi A3. Nothing bad can be said about it yet. For 2 years, the engine has not yet managed to acquire statistics of malfunctions. The base 1.2-liter turbo engine, 105 horsepower since 2015 to 110 horsepower, and the flagship 1.8-liter engine have similar symptoms of diseases. The timing chain stretched with age and increased consumption of engine oil. True, since 2014, the Germans have worked on the bugs and the motors have become more durable, and their oil appetite has noticeably decreased. The mechanical box on the Treshka proved to be the best. There are practically no complaints about her, unless by 100,000 kilometers oil seals may begin to sweat or the switching mechanism may become loose. Another thing is the 7-speed Astronic dual dry clutch robot. On the first machine, this unit barely withstood 30,000 to 40,000 kilometers before replacing the clutch package and the mechatronics unit. The box was repeatedly upgraded, but it was not possible to achieve the proper results. After the last software updates and strengthening of the design since 2015, the Germans promised a significant increase in the service life of the unit. In the meantime, dealers are changing the mechatronics unit and the clutch package for free under the Common program. A robotic 6-speed dual clutch gearbox is much more durable. The first problems, as a rule, begin at 80,000 to 120,000 kilometers of run. It is installed only in a set with on-wheel drive transmission for a 180 horsepower modification of the A3. By the way, the 4x4 system is practically devoid of problems. You only need to change the oil in the handlex clutch every 60,000 kilometers. The A3 independent suspension is durable and has a decent reserve, although the mileage of many elements of the chassis directly depends on the driving style. However, the average life of consumables such as stabilizer struts is 40,000 to 70,000 kilometers, approximately the same amount, and even more within the support bearings of the racks. Previously, hundreds of thousands of kilometers may require replacement of valve bearings, which change as an assembly with a hub. Shock absorbers can last up to 120,000 to 150,000 kilometers. Somewhere the same amount is released to the rear suspension arms. However, sometimes they are changed even earlier, when the silence box begins to creak terribly due to the increase of dirt and moisture. In the electrical equipment of the A3, congenital faults have not yet been found, and occasionally occurring minor glitches and failures do not pull on statistics. The car is still quite young. If you have or had such a model, share information about what and how it breaks in the comments.